Welcome. Just giving a few seconds for the live stream to get set up. Great, we're live. So welcome again. We have Vivek and Sam here from the Swing team, and they're going to give a session on how to build cross-chain dApps. And yeah, I'll let you both take the stage.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Hochi. Appreciate it. Hey guys, welcome to the Swing Developer Workshop. And it's great to have you guys here today. We do have $8,000 in prizes up for grabs, and we'll go more into our hackathon details later in the slide. For those of you that don't know Swing or are first time hearing about us, we are building cross-chain liquidity infrastructure APIs for crypto developers. Our goal really is to make the lives of developers easy when it comes to thinking about how to build cross-chain decentralized applications. And we'll go more into that as we kind of dig into the slides here. Quickly about what we're going to cover today. A quick slide on the Swing team, our background, talking a little bit about the growth of multi-chain liquidity and challenges, the Swing API, the...
Sorry, Viveik. I think you're not sharing your screen.
Oh, sorry about that. 1 second. Can you guys see it now?
Yes.
Cool. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so I think just taking from the top here, for those of you that haven't heard about Swing, we are building cross-chain liquidity infrastructure APIs for Web3 developers. We've been focused on thinking about ways to make the process of building cross-chain apps easier for developers and not having developers think about all the different pieces under the hood that need to happen in order to enable cross-chain liquidity between apps. And we'll go more into this as we kind of go through this slide here. So a little bit about what we're going to be going to cover today. The Swing team, the growth in multi-chain liquidity and challenges, the Swing API, bridges and blockchains that we support, details about our Hackathon Prizes, a little bit about our hiring that we're currently going through, and then we'll be doing a demo on the actual building I'm building cross-chain dApps and kind of walking through our API as well. As a quick introduction, my name is Viveik. I'm one of the co-founders at Swing, and we also have Sam with us today, who is our technical co-founder at Swing as well. It's a pleasure to be talking to you guys today. So just quickly, the Swing team, we're actually all originally ex-engineers from Silicon Valley, all based out of California, from Apple, Amazon, LinkedIn, Oracle. Team kind of spans across multiple different companies out here. We actually met back in 2017, 2018, actually at a meetup group out here where we were working on Ethereum Plasma solutions back in the days when Plasma was actually a kind of a popular, potentially desirable scaling solution for Ethereum. Clearly today, ZK and Optimistic have kind of taken that role today. But we kind of stuck together, and we've been kind of working on different ideas. And we came together to start Swing back in 2020, where we were thinking about cross-chain liquidity between Ethereum and other siloed ecosystems, like Polkadot actually at the time is how we got started, which then kind of evolved into what Swing is today. We have a pretty solid roster of investors: Republic Capital, Arrington Capital, Ava Labs, who's the team behind Avalanche, a Sense of Assets, Skynet Trading, Bitcoin.com, and a few others as well that have been behind us since day one. Just to kind of quickly set the stage here, the growth in multi-blockchain liquidity has been an interesting thing to kind of see evolve over the last, just the last probably couple of years. In 2017, 2018, it was all about Ethereum. We spoke about DeFi, and it was really just programmable smart contracts on Ethereum. And that's how it was for quite a while until 2019, 2020. Even in 2020, it was still the lion's share of DeFi was still on Ethereum, but over the last 2 years, we've seen that TVL grow from less than 50 million, which was all on Ethereum, to now over $200 billion spread across multiple major ecosystems, right? Terra, BNB Chain, Avalanche, Solana, Polygon. It's no longer a doubt if, are we living in a multi-chain world? We certainly are. It's no longer a question, it's a fact. And so what we've been seeing as we kind of started working on Swing was that, there's kind of a different set of challenges that were emerging as cross-chain and multi-chain kind of really took stage and became a much more important topic for developers and for the ecosystem as a whole. And some of the key issues that we've identified ourselves as we were kind of walking through this process of cross-chain liquidity and thinking about how to solve some issues here was that, first off, there's a fragmentation problem with liquidity across multiple blockchains. Trying to move liquidity from one blockchain to another, whether it's for a token transfer or whether it's for an actual swap, not an easy process to do. Developers are usually forced to choose between, security, scalability, price, trust, speed. It's usually not something that's straightforward because of all these different factors that are involved in making that decision about which bridge to choose. Also, what we noticed talking to numerous developer teams, over maybe about 50 to 100 teams so far, is that it's just a very time-consuming process to integrate one bridge at a time, typically anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks per bridge just to integrate. And so what we realized from these conversations and just kind of understand the problem set here was that there is a need for a unified liquidity solution here. We were seeing that there's about 20 plus blockchains. There's about 15 plus bridges today. And there's applications that certainly are they're on single chain that are thinking, how do I go cross chain? But there are some issues around that problem. Developers are having to integrate one by one with these bridges, and it's a time-consuming process. If one bridge gets hacked, now your entire application is compromised. If you want to go from Ethereum to Solana, you're likely looking to use the wormhole bridge. If you want to go from Phantom to Polygon or Polygon to Avalanche, there's about 3-4 options: Connects or Seller or Synapse. But again, every bridge has their set of trade-offs. And so I think it can get a little confusing in terms of which bridge is the right bridge for me. And so this is what we've been trying to think about and really solve for at Swing. Where we're building cross-chain liquidity infrastructure for crypto native developers. Our mission is to build the fastest and easiest way for developers to integrate cross-chain bridges and multi-chain liquidity directly into their decentralized cross-chain apps. And we'll go into more about how we do that as well later in the demo. Really, the Swing API is a single integration that gives developers access to total multi-chain liquidity. The idea is that you integrate our API once and you get access to unified liquidity across blockchains, bridges, liquidity sources, all in one go. And so as we continue to expand blockchain coverage, you get it for free. There's no extra work needed on the developer side. Just that one-time integration is all you need to do. And so now we kind of cut down developer time from weeks of integrating multiple bridges to just hours of integrating a single API here. And we're going to be launching our SDK in the coming, next week, and that will take it down from hours to minutes. We've done a lot of the heavy lifting to make sure that's even easier for developers to build on the Swing product here as well. Here's a kind of a quick overview of the different pieces of the different blockchains, bridges, and liquidity sources we support. Over 20 blockchains, 9 cross-chain bridges, all the major bridges you can see here as well. And then 40 plus liquidity sources, and this list is continuously growing every month as we continue to add to it. So when you think about who are we building this for, of course, the crypto developer is our number one user here. And developers will typically come to Swing because maybe they're looking to discover new bridges or blockchains that they want to work with. They understand that there's instant access to trusted cross-chain liquidity and volume in one place. Again, one API integration means dozens of trusted bridges and multi-chain liquidity on day one, as soon as you integrate. And again, we reduce the bridge integration time from 2-3 weeks or more to just hours. And again, when we launch the SDK, it's going to be minutes in terms of how quickly you can get up and running with cross-chain liquidity within your own cross-chain decentralized application. We're talking to crypto wallets, DEX operators, NFT marketplaces, and we're actually integrating with a bunch of these guys as well today. If there's any ideas here that you guys are interested in or you want to explore, feel free to reach us. We're available on Discord. You can also hit us up on our Twitter. We also have a Telegram channel as well. A little bit about the Hackathon Prizes for Hack Money. We will be awarding $8,000 in prizes to projects that will be building meaningful dApps and integrating with the Swing API. It could be building a website, which then integrates with Swing API to build things like cross-chain dexes, cross-chain arbitrage bots, cross-chain wallets, cross-chain yield aggregators. universal depositors. I mean, this list is not a hard and fast rule, but certainly I think this would be some of the more interesting use cases that you could potentially explore. We are giving away 2 types of prizes: the name prizes and also the pool prizes. The name prizes, first place we're giving away $2,000, $1,300 for the second prize, and third $700 for the third prize. A pool prize of $4,000 will also be given to projects that build meaningful dApps and integrations with our Swing API. And we'll be going exploring more into how the API works and just kind of giving you guys some ideas in terms of how to get started with that process. And last but not least, we are hiring at Swing. Today, we're a team of about 18 members. 85% of our team are engineers. We have a few design and marketing people on our side as well. But we are a technical team primarily, first and foremost. We're looking to hire Web3 backend engineers, crypto PMs, smart contract engineers, front-end engineers, and Rust engineers. But there's a lot of work to be done. And if you're interested in digging into the future of cross-chain, or sorry, the present of cross-chain, feel free to hit us up. We're on the Discord group at Hack Money, sponsor-swing, and you can hit up myself directly or any of our team members in the channel. Come directly to our Discord channel. That's also on our Twitter page as well. Swing_XYZ is our Twitter handle, or just send resumes directly to careers@swing.xyz, and one of us will get back to you. We're going to move forward now, and Sam is going to be presenting the API UI demo for Swing. Sam, please take it away.
Thank you, Viveik. Let me present my screen.
Sure.
All right, so hey everyone, I'm Sam from Swing team. So in the next 2 slides, I'm going to demo you the API and UI from Swing. And also I will give you a real demo on how to use our UI and how to send the request to our API. Okay, so this is like the bridge tab on our UI. This is like powered by our API. So here, okay, so even though it's called bridge, actually our API enables cross-chain swap as well. But here I just show you how it looks like if you want to transfer token from, for example, Optimism back to Ethereum. You can enter the amount of token here. So in this example, you're trying to transfer USDT from Optimism back to Ethereum. After you enter the amount, it will show all the available routing here below, going through all the available bridges. So I will be able to show you a real demo afterwards. This is like the page, the UI that's powered by API. We also offer you trade and wallet page and the status page. And you can also buy some native tokens if you are running out of gas tokens here on Swing as well. But yeah, no, okay, let's go to the API as well. Here is the API diagram, the flow diagram. So the API will enable you to do some sort of smart routing from one chain to another. So say if you want to swap or transfer any token from maybe Optimism to Ethereum, you should be able to get the code from the API. So that's the entrance point. So you'll be able to get codes from the API, and then you will be able to see if your code is native token or not. In the example of swapping from BNB BSC to Matic on Polygon, you don't really need to go through allowance and approval step. But if you're trying to maybe transfer from USDT to USDT, you should go to the approval workflow. It's pretty much the same. You have to give allowance to the bridge contract and also our contract to use your token, and then afterwards you should hit transfer or swap. So the Swing API, we enable token transfer and token swap. So if you put 2 tokens, let's say it really depends on the parameter you put. If you wanna transfer USDT from BSC to USDT to Polygon, you just need to enter the request and then hit transfer and send transfer request. I mean, and then you should be able to get the transaction data, and then you can from the API, and then you should be able to send it on chain through Web3. But if you are trying to do a cross chain swap, You just need to, send us the request. For example, the BNB token on BSC to Matic token on Polygon, and then you send that request to us. We should be able to generate the transaction, and then you should be able to, send the transaction on chain through Web3 again, and then execute the transaction. So Swing right now, we can, do all the token transfer from EVM chains to EVM chains. And also we enable non-EVM chain token transfer as well. Say if you have some assets on Solana, or if you want to get some assets on Solana, you should be able to use Swing to transfer from Ethereum to Solana, or from Ethereum to Terra, or from Ethereum to Oasis. We're trying to extend to more non-EVM chains later this year. So that you'll be able to connect to maybe Near protocol, or through Rainbow Bridge, or you'll be able to connect to other like non-EVM chains. Furthermore, if you are curious about okay, what's the chain name or the chain ID for Avalanche, or what are the available tokens that we support on Avalanche, you should be able to get it from our API as well. We provide you a get config API where you're able to get all the RPC, available RPC nodes, or chain ID, chain information for Avalanche, or for Solana, or for Terra from our get config API, and then you should be able to show it on your UI as well. Okay, so this is enough about slides. I will jump to a real demo. All right, so let me first show you the bridge tab, as I promised. So if you go to app.swing.xyz, you'll be direct to this page. This is actually the single chain swap. You should be able to enter your if you wanna maybe swap from BNB token to USDT, you should be able to enter the BNB token here, and then you receive USDT on the same chain. So here's the BNB chain, it's renamed from BSC. But this is okay, this is normal aggregator work. But what's more interesting is if you go to bridge tab, you should be able to send token cross chain. Say if you wanna transfer 66 token USDT token from BNB chain to Avalanche, you should be able to just type in 66 here, and our UI will be able to give you all the possible bridges. So here, say you wanna in this option, you're just going to transfer 66 USDT through Stellar Bridge to Avalanche, and the next option is to transfer through Connex Bridge to Avalanche. After that, you'll be able to review bridge token and then really start the transfer. I won't start the transfer right now, but feel free to test it on our UI. So this UI is fully powered by our API. And if you are wondering how much token you have on your MetaMask, because this is cross-chain, right? It's really it's kind of hard to switch from chains to chains to check your available tokens, or available available tokens in MetaMask. You should be able to just connect to our wallet page here. It will show you all the tokens across chain. I did a lot of tests, so I have a lot of token across all the chains. So it's really a useful tool for me to find out how much token I have on each chain, so that I don't miss out anything. Yeah. So if you're wondering how to use our API, you can go to documentation.swing.xyz, and they will direct you to our API page. On this API, you should be able to find all the information you want. Here, we have several resources here. You'll be able to join our Discord, find out our Medium, and then follow our Twitter from here. But I think more interesting to you guys is this section, Build with Swing. You should be able to find all the blockchains, all the bridges, all the liquidity source that we support from the API right now. So for the non-EVM chains, as I mentioned earlier, we support Solana, Terra, Oasis, and we're going to support Polkadot, because for Polkadot, they just launched the XCM. We're going to support Cosmos, we're going to support Cardano, and we're going to support more non-EVM blockchains in this list. For the EVM blockchains, we support all sorts of EVM blockchains already. And this list is ever growing. So for the bridges, we support like C-Bridge, Connex, Hub, and many more. And we're planning to support like Gravity to connect to Cosmos and all other native bridges, and also Cross Bridge, and they're all under like construction. But we've already support all these bridges. So if you are wondering like how to use them, or if you're wondering like if you want to fetch liquidity from all these bridges, feel free to use Swing. And also like say, okay, how to send request to Swing? You should be able to go to Swing swap cross-chain swap API here, and it will lead you to this page. So here, like we show you like the production server endpoint here. Here's like swap.dApp.swing.xyz. We'll have the production. So this is the developer server. We'll have the prod server as well. So here, and also like we have the Discord link here. If you are trying to get some smart routing, you're gonna first hit this endpoint is to get quote. So like I think I like this API like doc is because like you are able to send real API requests from here. Say like if you want to test it out, if you want to send anything from BSC, you just need to select BSC here and then put the chain ID for BSC. Say if I want to transfer maybe USDC token. So here's the USDC token address. You just copy from BSC scan and then put it over here, and then put your wallet address here. The tool chain, like you can go to any chain. In this demo, I just select Polygon. You can select like Ethereum or Avalanche or any other chains. And the tool chain ID is 137. We have tool chain ID and tool chain just because like for some chains, for example Solana, they don't really they don't use EVM, so they don't really follow the chain ID standard. So it's so in that case you just need to put tool chain ID 0 here and then select the chain name here to Solana. Then you should be able to transfer to Solana. For token amount, so USDC BNB chain is pretty weird. They have decimals 18. So say if I wanna maybe transfer 100 USDC, so I have to put the 100 plus 18 zeros because we take the weight value. So let me put it here. Okay, and token symbol is like as I mentioned USDC, and then you'll be able to send API request, and then this API request we're gonna send the API request to our server, the production server, which is swap.dApp.swing.xyz, and it will return this like output. This is the response from the API. So from the response, you'll be able to see, okay, we have dBridge available, and here's the output amount. dBridge, they did a great job. They're gonna return 99.9 USDC on the destination chain. And also you have AnySwap, which is they changed name to a multi-chain. We're gonna change that too. And also NXTP, this is Connex Bridge. Seller, pretty much like everyone supports this, like Synapse. And you have the free from token information, from chain information, to token, to chain information. So after that, like after you get all the possible routing information, you should be able to choose one. You should be able to like get allowance or approve the bridge after you choose the bridge. And then what's more interesting is like, okay, it's ready. Like you've already made your demand and you want to swap or transfer through API as well, like Swing API. Here is the endpoint that you want to hit. So in this example, like we're trying to swap from USDC Phantom to Matic Polygon. So the USDC on Phantom has like decimal 6. So I'm trying to swap 10 USDC on Phantom to some Matic Polygon. So in this case, we're gonna and also like you wanna specify, okay, this is from Connex Bridge. So all this information gonna be like you're gonna get it from the quote, like here in the possible like routing. And then after you hit API request, send API request, you'll be able to get the transaction data here and all other information. And for this transaction data, you just need to send it like this block to in this case Phantom through a Web3 package. We have examples in our repository as well. So you'll be able to shoot on-chain, like you'll be able to fire this like a cross-chain swap. So you'll be able to show it like you'll be able to like let MetaMask to send the request for you if you send this transaction data on chain. And also we have this transaction history panel. Also you'll be able to get the transaction transfer status, swap status, or transfer and swap history here. So the status you have to put the transaction hash. This is returned by MetaMask. And then in the history, you should be able to put your user wallet address here, and then you should be able to get all the response. It takes some time because I've already done a lot of cross-chain transfer, cross-chain swap for testing purpose. So it will, here's the response example. Okay, it's back. So you'll be able to get all the transactions. So this transaction is actually from XCP and it's successful, and the from-chain ID is like I'm trying to send from BSC to Polygon, everything. I have like this long list of transactions. After you send any transaction, you'll be able to find all the transactions here. And also we have this get config endpoint. You'll be able to get a list of chain IDs, and here you list and also all the tokens that support by each chain, and also all the bridges support by each chain and tokens. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, once again, you can just join our Discord channel. Like everyone from our team will be waiting for you there to answer your questions or help you out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Going back to you, Viveik.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sam, for that presentation. And so that actually brings us to the end of our presentation here. We're happy to take questions from anybody in the group here and answer anything about cross-chain or token transfers, anything to do with the multi-chain world.
I think there's a question in the chat there, Viveik.
When making a swap, can you make bridge X to bridge Y, or you have to do bridge X to Ethereum and then to bridge Y? Yeah, I think Sam just answered that. Yeah, you can go directly to bridge Y. Joan, maybe you can give us a particular example. Is there a particular set of blockchains you're looking to transact between?
Feel free to unmute yourself as well.
That's fine. It looks like we got the question answered. Any other questions? And so also, as Sam mentioned as well, feel free to reach us directly in the Discord group. We are all available there, and we've actually already had a few members reach out to us about potential roles at Swing, and we are looking to actively hire. So if this is something that's interesting to you, the world of multi-chain and cross-chain, we're certainly looking to meet with you and speak with you. Is there a repo with use case of Swing for arbitrage? Yes. So we actually haven't. I think the arbitrage use case is very interesting. Especially when it comes to, a simple example is, let's say there's the same token, hack token on two different chains, on Polygon and also on Avalanche, for example. You buy 15,000 hack tokens on Polygon, immediately the price goes up by 5%. On Avalanche, the price is 5% cheaper. You immediately buy these tokens on the Avalanche side, bridge them over using Swing API, and then immediately sell on the Avalanche side to take a quick profit there. Especially assuming that we can minimize slippage in these type of scenarios, arbitrage actually becomes very interesting when it comes to cross-chain. The reality today is that the price differences across different chains for the same assets there certainly is opportunities to perform arbitrage kind of trading over here. It's kind of like the early days of DEX trading back in 2017, 2018, if you guys remember.
Great. Thanks, Vivek and Sam. We're just on time. So
Awesome.
if there's any more questions, feel free to connect over Discord and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.